Brentford actually has Wissa captive, man, because these lot want 50 to 60 million for Wissa, 28 years of age and 1 year left on his contract, treating him, as if he was in Buemu, as if he was in his mid-20s, and he had more years on his contract. Because genuinely, I don't understand why they don't want to sell Wissa for the amount of money they're getting offered from Newcastle. Newcastle is willing to do, in the 40s possibly, but they want 50 to 60 million minimum for this guy. Man, that is absolutely crazy to me. I understand Wissa is a pretty decent player, but geez, let's not try to give him a world-class, price tag out now. But Wissa wants to leave because they've lost Norgard, they lost Mbeumo, they lost Thomas Frank, right? It's looking like Brentford is gonna get relegated, if you're being quite honest, because they haven't really came in and replaced those key players or the manager. You don't know if the new manager is gonna be, as good as Thomas Frank was, because Thomas Frank brought Brentford to the Prem and kept them there competitive. All right, so he's now moved on to Tottenham. Mbuemo's gone to United. Norgard's gone to Arsenal. And now Wissa wants to go to Newcastle, who, by the way, have European football next year. This is a great step up for Wissa, who's going from, Brentford to European football. That's a big step up for his career. So it's understandable why he's unfollowed Brentford, changed his profile pic to black, removed all his club photos from the Instagram, because he is trying to force this move this summer. The lad is 28 years of age. He genuinely has maybe 4 years left of his prime, one more big contract, and it's the best time to move now, considering a lot of the players at the club have already gone and upgraded to United and Arsenal. If you call United an upgrade, because technically Brentford finished above them. But Wissa wants to go and play European football, deservingly so, but they want 50 to 60 million. Meanwhile, Newcastle are looking to buy him for around 40 million. 40 million is more than enough. This guy is, to me, he has 1 year left on the contract, 28 years of age. 40 million is more than enough money for Brentford. You're going to have over 100 million from the sales of Norgard, Mbeumo, and Wissa. All right, that's going to give you a lot of money to be able to play with and actually replace these players and kind of pull a Brighton. Brighton lets go of Caicedo, they bring in Baleba. They always manage to replace the big time players that they're selling, and this is the time that Brentford is gonna either make or break their Premier League sustainability, because Brighton, they sold big time players and they ended up replacing them with big time players, keeps them in the Premier League. Now Brentford, a lot of these players that they've let go of this season is Mbeumo, Wissa, Norgard, key players from last season. All three of them are gone. The same way you managed to do it without Ivan Toney, now you're going to have to do it without these three guys. So it's going to be very key for Brentford this season to let go of Wissa, especially if he's forcefully making the move. And Newcastle are offering more than they should, because there's no way that Konate is getting valued at, the same amount of money. Konate is arguably world class, is getting valued the same amount by Real Madrid, 40 million. Or by Liverpool. They want 40 million. 1 year left on his contract, 25 years of age. Wissa is 28 years of age, also has 1 year left on his contract. You can lose him for free next season. He's definitely not extending that contract, my man. So it makes a lot of sense for Brentford to fold in this situation, because Newcastle could easily pivot to Nicholas Jackson or someone else, considering the situation with Isak. Instead, they could, and they'll lose big money, because honestly, there's not another club that's going to offer you 40 million for Wissa. I'll tell you that much. That's the most you're going to get. So if Brentford want to be smart, they're going to take this bid. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Brentford should take this bid? Or should they keep him captive and see what happens, if they could even play him next season? Because he might pull what Isak's doing right now. He's not showing up. He really wants to move to Liverpool. And Newcastle aren't going to allow that move go unless they get their replacement. So, honestly, Isak might even be hating on Brentford right now, ironically. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.